Many times, Luffy can be stupid and put himself in danger.
近づけてみよう。
ああバカ犬っつってもお前犬の元締めみてえなやつだぞ。
いや、犬は犬だ。しよしよし。待て。
Throughout his journey to become one of the sea Yonkos, Luffy faced formidable adversaries, and near-death moments loomed on several occasions. Despite his repeated victories and his superiority over his enemies, those moments that almost cost him his life reflect the depth of the challenges and hardships he endured in his quest to become the king of the pirates. Before Luffy ever started off on his grand adventure, he began with a life-threatening experience. While listening to red-haired Shanks tell tales of his pirate adventures, a group of bandits started bad-mouthing Luffy's friends. After a tussle, Luffy is kidnapped and taken out to sea by the bandit captain, who rows them straight towards a sea king, a massive and dangerous creature. While Luffy is saved by Shanks, the pirate loses his arm in the process. This foundational moment in Luffy's life teaches him about sacrifice and bravery.
おい泣くな男だろ
だってよ、シャンクス。腕が。
After being rescued from the giant sea monster at the beginning of the series, a close relationship formed between Luffy, Ace, and Sabo. Initially, Ace and Sabo did not show much admiration for having Luffy among them.
殺そうよしそうしよう
But over time, Luffy's deep sense of loyalty towards them emerged. In a pivotal incident, Luffy was kidnapped and tortured by a pirate who invaded his brother's property, and the blows he received in his childhood were so brutal that they nearly cost him his life if Ace and Sabo had not intervened to save him in those critical moments.
Yeah!
言わねえ。言わねえ。言わねえ。
This painful situation was not just a test of Luffy's courage, but it was also the moment when the bond of brotherhood between him, Ace, and Sabo was cemented. While the Straw Hat crew was preparing to embark on their adventure toward the legendary treasure OnePiece, their ship arrived at Rogue Town, a place where deep historical memories were engraved in the world of pirates. Here, after Gold D. Roger hid his precious treasure at the end of the Grand Line, he was executed in this very spot, bestowing the island with an aura of legend and challenge. In those moments, Luffy found himself contemplating the site that witnessed Roger's death, as feelings of excitement and fear intertwined in his heart. It wasn't long before his first real enemy appeared, Buggy the Clown, who captured Luffy. And when Buggy raised his sword, ready to execute his punishment in the very place where Roger had departed from life, Luffy did not back down. Instead, he challenged death with a bold smile, just as Roger had done in his life.
ゾロ、サンジ、ゾップ、ナミ。終わり。俺、死んだ。
In the harsh desert kingdom of Alabasta, Luffy faced his enemy Crocodile, who was not merely an ordinary pirate, but the leader of the mafia-like Baroque works and one of the 7 warlords of the sea, responsible for destabilizing the political situation in Alabasta. When Luffy first encountered Crocodile, he was weak and unprepared. Crocodile used his sand powers to drain his moisture, leaving him vulnerable to death amid the quicksand. Had Nico Robin not returned to question why Luffy kept fighting, he would have met his end beneath the sand dunes with no one to save him.
この俺を誰だと思ってる。てめえのような口先だけのルーキーなんざいくらでもいるぜ。
In his battle against Rob Lucci, Luffy pushed his body to its limits by using his gear techniques in an attempt to defeat an opponent who was stronger than him at that time. This tremendous effort exhausted his body so severely that he could no longer move. Had Usopp not intervened at a critical moment, Luffy would have met his end during the Buster Call attack. Thanks to Usopp's precise aim and Robin's abilities, Luffy managed to rise again and defeat Lucci. However, after his victory, he collapsed once more, unable to move, until Robin saved him by throwing him into the sea, where the ship Merry arrived to rescue the crew. On the notorious prison island Impel Down, Magellan was in charge of managing the facility. His devil fruit ability allowed him to control all kinds of toxins, which he used without hesitation to punish and kill the criminals held there. Luffy and his new allies attempted to storm the prison to rescue his brother Ace, but events took an unexpected turn when they were captured instead of liberating him. In a direct confrontation with Magellan, Luffy managed to deliver a decisive blow, although it came at a high cost as he contracted a dangerous illness that nearly ended his life. Had it not been for the life-saving medicine provided by the prisoner Emporio Ivankov, Luffy would not have survived another day. Consequently, that encounter became an added advantage, as his resistance to toxins grew even stronger from that day onward.
これが貴様への刑罰だ。これだけ重複した毒に解毒の術はない。24時間苦しみ、そして本物の地獄へ落ちろ。
In the Paramount War, Luffy was thrust into a battle where he clearly did not belong, as he was far too weak to compete in that arena. Nonetheless, he gave his utmost effort to save his brother. The battle ended with Ace's death, plunging Luffy into a state of deep shock. Despite being rescued by the Whitebeard pirates and Jinbei, Akainu nearly took his life. Had Jinbei not intervened, Luffy would have certainly perished. Indeed, the psychological shock he suffered was so intense that it could have led to his death. After a 2-year time skip, Luffy emerged with his astounding strength on Fishman Island. Although defeating Hody seemed trivial for him, the battle left him with severe injuries that caused him to lose a significant amount of blood. Luffy was in danger of dying from blood loss on the island, and had it not been for Jinbei, who shares the same blood as Luffy, his fate would have been sealed immediately upon his return from the time skip. In one pivotal moment, Luffy died during his battle with Kaido. Due to an intervention by CP0, Luffy received a powerful blow from the thunder bellowing Bajua directly to his face, shattering his body and putting him into a state of death, to the point that Kaido acknowledged his demise. His heart stopped beating, and several characters confirmed that both his body and voice had been extinguished.
みんながお前の勝利を信じ続けちまうだろう。
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.